Welcome guys, hello, welcome to my channel. Today you are watching the Navajo. No, I need that. Sorry, Omi trying to take my phone. Okay, I need this because I have some questions on here. Okay, hey guys, welcome in. It's the Navajo Mama. I am Sarah. You are on my channel. Today I am doing, yes baby.
Are they like answering questions?
Yes, I'm answering questions. Okay. Alright, so today I am doing a tag. It is called a homeschool tag. So basically, it's a tag asking me some questions pertaining to homeschool, pertaining to being a mom who homeschools her children. That's okay. Okay. My channel is really like about authenticity and being raw and being real. So if I'm being real, I don't have like the best setup. I don't have a really nice drape or a quiet area with a comfy couch and like perfect backdrops and a lighting. I don't have that. And for those who do, that's great. That's great. But I'm not there. And give me a second. Yes, baby. I know. She said she likes answering questions too. Okay. So part of being real, part of being raw and authentic is being a mom. So this whole entire video is, sorry, I am gonna not edit as much just so you can see like the whole rawness of this, and I hope that you like this video. So you're gonna probably hear my littles in the background, and it's life, it's being a mom, and you may see an occasional head pop in or Omi asking me questions just like a bit ago. So without further ado, let's get right into this, okay? Alright, so we homeschool, and there's this thing going around called the homeschool tag, and I'm gonna start off with the first question. Okay, the first question is, how long have you been homeschooling? Well, I mean, homeschooling, I guess you kind of have to define that. If you're talking about like legally homeschooling, when you get the homeschool affidavit, I'm gonna say going on 4 years. But we have been homeschooling ever since my oldest was 2, so he's 9, so that's 7 years. But if we're gonna go with an affidavit, that's gonna be 4 years. So the next question is, how many children are you homeschooling? Okay, so again, with an affidavit, I only have 2. That is my 4th grader and my 1st grader. But since we homeschool, I really count all of my children, because I don't think you're ever too young to start homeschool. I believe homeschooling can start when a child is even like a baby. So I have 5 children and I homeschool all of them. There are certain parts of our lessons throughout the day where we do have like family discussions and family topics such as like science and geography. I kind of just work with them age appropriately. But even my youngest, not my youngest just turned 1 today. But even for him, like I go around and I say, oh baby, this is the wall, like that's the wall. And then we sing to him, we read to him. I believe children are sponges and they can just soak stuff up. So giving them knowledge, reading, showing them stuff, I don't think they're ever too young. So I homeschool 5. Okay, the next question, the next question is, when did you know that you wanted to homeschool? This is actually funny because I never really thought of homeschooling. Actually, before I got married, I didn't really plan on having children. I was solely dedicated to just wanting to work in the health field, and so that wasn't really anything on my radar at that time. So when my husband and I got married, and I was kind of like, you know, let me finish school first, maybe we'll have children eventually. That was funny because we became expecting even though I was on birth control. So once we had my first one, that's when I really was like, you know what? I want to homeschool. My husband had homeschooled his whole life. I was in public school. So for me, it was very much new. For me, this was something that I was really like, wow, praying about and really considering, researching. And so yeah, that's how we started. Okay, fourth question. What was your spouse's reaction? Are they supportive? Okay, so like I said, my husband was homeschooled his whole life. Okay, and we, yeah. Oh, you can get it. You can get it from. Okay, so this is part of mom life. Sweetheart, give me the flashlight, please. Baby, can you get the flashlight from her? Thank you. Baby, flashlight, please. No, thank you. Oh, goodness. She's 3 and knows everything. Okay, let's see how far I can get into this video before I have to actually do some editing. Okay, all right. My husband has been homeschooled his whole life, literally from like a young age all the way till high school. And we grew up on the Navajo reservation. So homeschooling on the Navajo reservation back during when he was in school is a lot different than homeschooling in the city. So just from his experience alone, he felt like it was a little lonely and he didn't want our children to have that. But just kind of reminding him like, hey, it's a different time. We are in a different area. Hey, you don't have a shirt on. Sorry, guys. I might have to edit this part. Hold on. Okay, so my husband didn't really want for our children to have like social hurdles, I guess. He was just concerned that they wouldn't make friendships, and that's one thing he had lacked during his homeschool, I feel he said. So that's one thing we were concerned about, but he, after homeschooling my first one for a while, he finally saw like, oh, it's different, you know, the times are different. We live in the city and that provides more outlets and resources for homeschoolers. So he was on board with that and he fully supports all of it. He fully supports it. Okay, so the next question would be, hi Naham. The next question is, sorry, yes ma'am? Okay, so the next question is, how do you make sure, but these are questions for mom. Okay, how do you make sure you and your spouse share the same vision for your homeschool journey? Okay, communication. I talked with my husband. I asked him like, hey, have you seen any areas that you see where I need to improve? I know that can be like a touchy question. It depends on how you word it. I know that. But we've been married for 10 years, so I just tell him like, tell me how it is. Like, I'm okay. I'm not sensitive. Thank you. I'm not sensitive to the point where, you know, it'll hurt my feelings. And he's very respectful and loving, so constructive criticism comes in a good way. And it's not really criticism, it's kind of like advice, like, oh, I see this. So the only thing he said was like, you're doing such a great job, and we kind of talk with each other, and I just ask him like, what are things I could change? And he'll say like, oh, maybe you should focus a little bit more on this or more on that. So he gives his input too, and that's kind of how we keep our goals together. We just communicate a lot, and I think that's all it takes, is a lot of communication. And then once your spouse also gets involved, they can see everything. So it's not, they don't just give input from not knowing, they give input from actually seeing the day and experiencing it too, because that does a lot more than just offering advice. Okay, we do share the same vision. We want our kids to have a great character. So academics is important, but you know what? Character is also way more important, and that's kind of one thing that we really, really treasure. So we treasure our character, our heart, our faith, and then we also want our kids to know their culture, their We also want children to know their culture and their ethnicity, so that's also something very important to us. Yes, babe? Okay. It's going to be loud for a little bit because she's going to sharpen her pencil. She is making a sign. Go ahead, babe. Okay, thank you. She's so sweet. Okay, alright, the next question. 6. Have you had any mentors help you along the way? No. I've not had a mentor, but I've had a friend who walked with me through the way. Her name is Holly. Holly, thank you, love you. She's not really been a mentor per se, but she's kind of like a guide, but also like a partner. Like we both walk the homeschool journey together. Her kids and my kids are literally like family. We're family, and she's been such a model. Like, I guess you could say that's a mentor, but she's been such a model because we go through kind of the same things and we give each other lots of ideas. We bounce off each other, and I'm so thankful for her. Like, if it weren't for her, I don't know. I don't think I'd be this strong in my journey, just because when I first started, we could talk. We could just talk to each other and share our feelings. The next question we have is, what is the best piece of advice you've ever received about homeschooling? Again, I think this might just come from reading and then trial and error. The best advice I could think of, I haven't been given this advice, but I would think this is a good advice to give someone, is grace. Grace. You're gonna have days where everything is great, days where maybe some things don't work out, and you're just gonna have to have grace. Maybe you might not get the whole math lesson done, but you got English done. I don't know. So it's just a lot of grace, a lot of love, a lot of enjoy and soak this moment up. Nothing is ever perfect. Homeschooling is not a one-size-fits-all. It's different for everyone, and that's the beauty of it. So that's a good advice, I think. Omi, hold on, sweetheart. Okay. 8. What is the best piece of advice you can give someone just starting out? Okay, so that's where this comes in again. If someone is just starting out, my advice to you would be just enjoy it. I know that's extremely hard to do, especially because you're overwhelmed with the amount of curriculum, with the amount of suggestions, and even then, like, you don't know where to start. I would just say start small. Every day is a win. Celebrate those wins. If there are days where you just cannot take it, maybe everyone is on a different page, maybe even you yourself is on a different page, just take a deep breath, like that. What, baby? No, thank you, baby. Okay, take a deep breath, have grace, and just say, you know what, today was a good day. We did this, we did that, it's amazing, and then just enjoy it. I know it's so easy to just get more overwhelmed, and I know it can be with the amount of kids that you have to homeschool, even just one. So everyone is different, and everyone knows their own. Yes, honey. Oh, no, thank you. This is for nighttime. Okay, there you go. Okay, so yes. You're welcome, baby. My starting advice is soak up each day. Don't go out of your way to make your homeschool look like a normal public school day. If routine helps you, great. If time blocks help you, great. But don't feel the pressure to have to emulate a public school day. Yeah. And also, sometimes less is more. It's all about quality and not quantity. So just think about that. And then just give yourself a lot of grace. You'll get there in time. What, baby? How do your children socialize? We socialize by waving out the window at people. Hey, I'm just kidding. No, no, we socialize with each other. I have 5 children. They're all best friends. We go to their best friends' houses. We have 2 really, really, really good families who we just really work well with, I guess, for lack of a better word. I can't think right now. We have 2 families that we love to spend time with, so we do that. My children socialize at the park. My children socialize with the mailman. We socialize with everyone. There's not really a problem there. So we have really good homeschool friends. We have homeschool park dates that we go to. I know with the pandemic right now, it's kind of hard, but we still have lots of ways that we socialize. Thank you guys for watching. If you have any more questions, please do ask me. I'm sorry if this one was just a little bit overwhelming maybe, or just everywhere all over the place. This is kind of what my channel has. It's just like real and raw and mom stuff. So share our video, like our video, comment below if you homeschool or not, how long you've been homeschooling, and maybe what your favorite part of homeschooling is. That would be awesome. Thank you for watching. If you're not already subscribed, please subscribe and click on that bell, and we will see you next time. Thank you guys. Bye. Hagone.